More than 100 youths from all parts of Guyana on Thursday turned up at the first ever Roraima Group of Companies career fair at Duke Lodge, Kingston. The aim of the initiative was to present to the youth a chance to evaluate varying career paths, as well as an opportunity to interact with other youth, as explained by Chief Executive Captain Jerry Gavaya.
We are looking for quality, hard-working young people. Today, Roraima Areas employs 250 young people. Young, ordinary people that are doing extraordinary things every day. Every day we have planes in the air, boats in the creeks, bicycles in the jungle, people in the hotels, they're cooking for people, doing all kinds of things, and it's being done by...
Just a sneak preview is going to be happening right here on the edition, the Roraima Hour, which we'll be discussing all things Roraima. It's now Monday, July 25. If you have a birthday, anniversary of some sort, we want to say congratulations in order on behalf of Roraima Airways. Of course, we'll be discussing all things Roraima. And let me tell you something. In this edition, we'll be doing some reflection of the first half of the year, what was accomplished for Roraima Airways. So many things to talk about. Also, we'll be talking about what's in the news. You just had a sneak peek. We'll be able to bring that to you. We'll also be discussing the personal in the Roraima Airways, the personal impact of Roraima Airways in the lives of some persons who would have been to the job fair. But I'm going to be sitting down with a young man from the mining town of Linden. All the persons in the mining town of Linden watching right now, a good evening to you and all the persons watching. But I'm going to tell you, this is the Roraima Hour, and of course we're going to bring you all the travel deals. We're in the peak season. Persons are ready to travel, whether it be domestic travel, you want to go to Arrow Point, you want to be able to venture off and go to Curacao summer. We'll tell you about all the deals available at Roraima Airways. But right now, we're going to tell you what's in the news, and we're going to recap. We're going to bring you back that particular piece that we have just shown from, and this compliments of HGP Nightly News of a very important event that just happened a few days ago at Roraima Airways.
More than 100 youths from all parts of Guyana on Thursday turned up at the first ever Roraima Group of Companies career fair at Duke Lodge, Kingston. The aim of the initiative was to present to the youth a chance to evaluate varying career paths, as well as an opportunity to interact with other youth, as explained by Chief Executive Captain Jerry Gavaya.
We are looking for quality, hard-working young people. Today, Roraima Areas employs 250 young people. Young, ordinary people that are doing extraordinary things every day. Every day we have planes in the air, boats in the creeks, bicycles in the jungle, people in the hotels, they're cooking for people, doing all kinds of things, and it's being done by extraordinary young Guyanese people.
The job fair can serve as a reservoir for recruitment because youths get the opportunity to make an early decision about their preferred career paths based on what they see at the fair. Labour leader Kamal Chand and Lincoln Lewis also addressed the job seekers.
All of you are very young, and you have your contribution to our country, to the development of Guyana. And one of the important areas for moving this country forward is to open our tourism.
We are operating in a period when the head of government speaks of what you call a green economy. A green economy makes provision for the creation of new jobs.
Minister with responsibility for Labour Keith Scott lauded the organisers for pulling off the event. Scott said the Career Day initiative presented several opportunities for youths, especially those who recently left high school and university.
Today, what you're seeing is that these employers have gotten together and are intimately concerned about your development, and they're giving you that opportunity wherever you happen to be to have a start.
Also present at the event was Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Mr. Edward Boyer.
These days, white-collar jobs are not paying. They're not paying. When you can do something with your hands or be creative, or you could go and be an engineer, like there's a female engineer here, I'm sure she's here at Roraima. But these things are, you have a skill and you got to develop your skill.
Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
We want to say thanks to the persons there at HGP Nightly News for carrying that news feature, but that happened on the 7th of July 2016. Yeah, just some sneak preview of what happened there. And let me tell you, give you an update, give the public an update of what happened at the Roraima Job Fair. We had more than 100 persons hired from various entities, including Roraima Airways. And we want to thank all the persons who would have been participated in the Roraima Job Fair. It was our first job fair, and of course we're going to be trying to make it an annual, a staple event every year. So of course right now that was just something that happened in one of the things that happened in July. But moving forward, given us going back to January, there's some events, of course, we want to remind you of that happened in the life of Roraima Airways. Starting in January, we had Roraima Airways became an approved maintenance organization, and I'm going to tell you a little more about that in the program. Also in the month of January, we had the launch of Roraima Juke Lodge Wedding Expo, and of course we're going to be able to show some photos there of some events that happened. Also in the month of January, we had Roraima Airways held its first 2016 Wing Commission ceremony. Well, I know the technical guys will be working on getting those photos up there on time before we're heading to the month of February. But let me tell you something. Roraima Airways does significant things to impact the life of individuals. And we're going to be talking to a young man from the mining town of Linden. He'll be talking about the impact of Roraima Airways on his life. But right now we're going to go to those sneak previews. We had Roraima Airways becoming an approved maintenance organization there, AMO. We had the launch of Roraima Juke Lodge Wedding Expo. In the month of January as well, we had Roraima Airways held its first 21st Wing Commission ceremony. And heading into February, we had the Race of the Altar. Stephen Passad and Mona Lisa Sami was announced as the Race of the Altar winners. And of course, in the month of April, we saw them being wed, but we had also the Roraima Wedding Expo 2016, which was a very successful event, thanks to all the sponsors who participated and was able to throw their support behind that. In the month of May, we had the actress CCH Ponder visit Arrow Point Nature Resort. And in June, moving on to the month of June, just a few weeks ago, we had Roraima Airways honor the bravery of the Valiant 7, those staff of Ogle Flight Operations that were able to successfully oust the fire that happened there that destroyed the right wing of the Britain-Norman Trilander. But things are up and running for that particular aircraft. And also we have Roraima Airways receive Arrow Point Nature Resort Award of the Year from the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana. So those are just some things that happened in the first half of 2016 for Roraima Airways. And moving forward, we just happened a few weeks ago on July 7, we had the Roraima Job Fair. And right now, sitting on the couch, we're going to be interviewing a young man from the mining town of Linden. We want to welcome him. His name is Colwyn Abrams from the mining town of Linden, and very proud Lindener. And oftentimes, Colwyn, what is this thing about? I know oftentimes you meet a person from Linden, yes, and they say this Lindener with this pride. What is it about being a person from Linden that is so significant?
Because Linden people are very proud people. I want to say good evening to you, Guyana, and good evening to you. The Linden people are very proud. We say that we're from Linden because we live like family, and everybody in Linden is related. If you go right, that's my cousin, that's my auntie. So we're all related and very close people in Linden. So we're proud to say, well, we're from Linden.
You're a Lindener. Well, I must say I'm a Lindener too. Not that I was born in Linden, but I'm very patriotic, and I love.
He wants to become a Lindener now.
No adoption needed. I'm a Lindener. Let me just say that. But Colwyn, you are a product of the Roraima Job Fair.
Yes.
You came. I can remember doing the preliminary interview,
yes,
with you. You would have applied for a marketing agent.
Yes.
Now, as a young professional, and I say a young professional, what was the process like being part of the Roraima Job Fair?
Well, the process was really simple. We, from the beginning, since you walked through the door, through the gates that afternoon, I came in the afternoon. Since I walked through the gate, it was you could feel everybody in the building or in the room or in the yard. They were like, everybody wants a job, and everybody's pushing to get who will be first. people get in to get the interviews. I remember I spoke to you, Dylan. You were my first interview. I spoke with Dylan. I did the what was it? Screening.
Yes. The shortlisting.
Yes, screening, and it was very good. And I must say thanks to Nadine. Nadine was also there with me. She was like, "Go ahead, you'll do it. You'll be fine. Just go ahead and fill out the applications and go ahead." And trust me, it was an experience and a half.
Oh, good, thanks. Now, persons will be looking and they said, but he's lucky.
Yeah.
Out of all the 100 persons that sent their application, you came out successful as one of these successful applicants. You're now a marketing agent for Roraima Airways. What do you think was the significant thing for you that made when you met before Captain Gavaya, our CEO, and a panel of interviewees? What do you think?
First of all, I must say, when I met Captain the first time, I think I told you afterwards how I felt. Captain was very, he was very
thorough.
Yes, thorough on what you need to know. And for persons going out there in the future to interview with Captain, be on your point with everything about Guyana, about everything you need to know about Guyana. You need to know about that. And it's I can't go back to how I felt that day, but it was
It was an experience.
It's an experience and a half.
Well, I must say welcome on board and congratulations. And of course, you have many years to go with Roraima Airways. And a lot of persons, as you said, some persons are looking for jobs. They're looking for jobs, and of course, when we have vacancies available, we'll be able to make let it known to the public. And if you can get onto our Facebook page, Roraima Airways, Roraima Group of Companies, Our Point Nature Resort, like the page, and you'll be able to be updated on vacancies as they come about. But as I said, congratulations to you. But often, let me bring in again, Colwyn. Roraima Airways is a company, because I've worked with many companies before. I won't say many, a few, and in my years, I'm not that old, but and often companies they're profit driven, and every business is profit driven.
Yes.
But when I went to Roraima Airways, there's a different spirit that perpetuates beyond in that company, and it's a spirit of being fulfilling their corporate social responsibility and building the Guyanese man. And Captain Gavaya often talks about why we do what we do. And I was able to, you were able to, I want persons to know that Colwyn was tasked today to cut this clip out of our last month's program, Roraima Hour, and let you be able to see what Captain response is to why Roraima do what it does. So here we go to this clip, Why We Do What We Do, by Captain Gerald Gavaya.
Dylan, we in Roraima, somebody was asking me what makes Roraima different. And I made the point, it is not what we do that makes us different, because there are other people who run hotels, other people who fly planes, that don't make us different, because they do it the same way. It is not how we do what we do either. It is not because you fly a plane the same way, you run a hotel the same way. What makes us different is why we do what we do at Roraima. We save lives with our medivacs. We train people, we create jobs, we train young professionals. And I believe if there's anything that makes Roraima different, it is why we do what we do. We help to promote Guyana, we help to create jobs, we help to create young professionals.
Is why we do what we do.
Yeah, why we do what we do, and the Captain couldn't have put it more better. That of course Roraima always helps a company that is 23 years old, helping to really build the Guyanese man and help young professionals like ourselves. I can't say you alone, like ourselves, and we're going to be able to meet with a young lady as well. She's a store superintendent in the second half of the program. She's already here smiling, and she's happy to be here about some other things that you're going to be able to. The public will see for themselves of the products that Roraima produce.
I must say that Roraima has a lot of young people on board, because I didn't know that from the beginning, and now that I've been there for a week or so now, I've seen a lot of young people on board at Roraima, and that's one of the purpose of the company, is to bring young people and train them and let them be like
Well, thank you, but like many others out there. But after the commercial break, we'll reveal his first test score.
We're not going to go to that.
No, we're not going to go to that. Well, we're going to go to a commercial break, and of course, when we come back, we're going to be talking a little more about Roraima. Later in the program, we're going to be talking about corporate events packages that you can be able to capitalize on, and also some travel deals. But also to come in the program, we'll be sitting down and talking about tourism and Arrow Point receiving its award of the year for 2016 and what it really means to Roraima Airways. But if you're joining us for the first time, we want to say welcome to the Roraima family. Thank you for watching the Roraima Hour. And if you're watching us monthly, we want to thank you so much for still being with us. And we'll let you know that if you're looking for a travel deal, the number to call is 225-9648. 225-9648. We will come back right after these messages, and we'll be telling you about Curacao, we'll be telling you about Arrow Point Nature Resort, and of course there's much more. We're going to be able to have Colwyn join me in co-hosting for the second half. So thank you so much, and you're watching the Roraima Hour. We'll be right back.
Comfort, elegance, words which epitomize the Roraima Residence Inn, a boutique hotel that offers free internet and complimentary continental breakfast. Arrow Point Nature Resort, nestled in our rainforest for that perfect day or overnight getaway, fun day, retreat, or wedding. Roraima Executive Lounge at our international airport offers complimentary snacks, beverages, and internet while you await your flight. Roraima Group, Guyana's only complete circle of travel and tourism services.
Nature Resort. Back to Nature Resort.
Roraima Airways introduces the newest addition to its fleet of planes, the Britten-Norman Trilander. Now you can fly in more comfort and enjoy the lowest fares. The aerial tour of Georgetown is just $20 and kiteshore is now $145 per person. Roraima Airways has the lowest fares on tours all year round. Visit Roraima Tours, located at Duke Lodge, 94 to 95 Duke Street, Kingston, or call 231-7220 for bookings.
We want to welcome you back to the Roraima Hour. We have talked a little about, in the first half of the program, we were reminiscing on things that would have happened in the life of Roraima for the first half of the program. But right now on the couch, we still have Colwyn. He's going to be co-hosting with me for the second half of the program. But we have a wonderful young lady, one of my favorite. I hope persons at Roraima don't get jealous. But one of my favorites at Roraima, we have Priscilla Ramtran. She is the tour superintendent, and she's a young lady, I'm not even going to bring you in because you're sweet 16, I would say. Right? You were sweet 16. But let's talk about you being a tour superintendent. Let's talk about the first half of the year, of the things that Roraima would have accomplished. What are some significant moments in your life as a tour superintendent at Roraima Airways?
Well, first of all, one of the significant things that I've experienced in the first half of this year was receiving our Trilander. That has been a push for us. We've been able to accommodate more people at so many different times, periods, especially during the Jubilee season. We had loads of kiteshores because, with our 9-seat aircraft, we weren't able to do much, but now that we have our Trilander, which can accommodate 18 passengers, it gives us more ability to do more. You understand? To take more passengers, to accommodate more people, especially with the crowd that we had for the Jubilee. During that period, we were also able to host the actress, Guyanese-based actress, CCH Pounder. That was an exciting event for us because I could say she had a really great time at Arrow Point. We planned things, we put together all of her trips, and she was very much pleased. She was happy to be able to have that experience at the Arrow Point Nature Resort. As she said, she had heard so much about it, and to actually have a feel of what usually happens at Arrow Point, and to be treated with much hospitality, was very, very welcoming for her. Besides that, we got the Our Point of the Year resort of the year, and lately I received a comment. You know, we usually give our comment cards out to our guests when they visited the Our Point Nature Resort, and there was one of these guests that said, no wonder you guys are the resort of the year, because you provide so much hospitality. The staff are friendly and courteous, the food is very delicious, all of the activities that we plan together, we put them together in such a way that persons can be able to enjoy, even if they're not physically able to do these things. So I would say Our Point Nature Resort caters for everybody, even for persons who are not physically able. You can relax in the hammocks, read a book, relax on a couch, or just take a cool swim in the water. It's very nice at Our Point Resort.
And you were talking a little about, and Colwyn, you can chip in here when we're talking about activities.
Yes.
And the thing interesting is that Colwyn, of course, is going to visit Our Point. We have to. That's one of the things that's a
at
must.
some point in time.
When you'll be able to visit Our Point. But talking about the activities, what is the schedule like? Because some persons may be watching this and say, yeah, how do I get to Our Point? Where is Our Point?
Well, Our Point is located in what we call the Comuni Pocorero Creek. That's where the Santa Mission Reservations is. Just before you get to Our Point, the Santa Mission Reservation is there. For persons who don't know what the Santa Mission Reservation is, that is a Amerindian village in Region 3, but we use a different route. We go across the Demerara River into a very calm creek. I try to say calm because lots of people, when they hear boat trips, they decide they're not going. But I try to explain to them, when we go on these boat trips, we're not in the Demerara River for too long, just 5 minutes across the Demerara River into a very calm creek where you have a boat guided tour with a tour guide, which is also your boat driver. He takes you into Our Point. You get there, you're being welcomed by the staff. You're taken up to have some lovely snacks and refreshments. After that, you're being taken to do an orientation tour where you have the do's and the don'ts, the safety rules, the tours that we're going to have, the activities that are included in that. You get to choose if you want to do so or if you want to relax. And then we have the different things planned out. We have the Wabani expedition. I'm sure you're aware of the Wabani expedition.
I was telling Colwyn this year with the Wabani expedition, and it's one of those things that I've never experienced other than Our Point. And the thing is about Guyana's tourism product is that if you don't experience it, you yearn so much for the blue waters and the sand and the white sand and so on. But when we come together, it's a healing. Yes. I always call it healing. You swim in the black water, and we say black water, the Coca-Cola. There's some persons that will say Coca-Cola water. Your coffee. And there's a healing that takes place with you and reconnecting with nature.
Yes, that is true. I've heard some tourists and local visitors say they love the smell of Our Point. It just brings back the nature and everything to their lives, that they're away from all the busyness in town, and it just brings the nature back to them and have them appreciate our beautiful country. So Our Point is a place to be, especially if you want to come and just relax, have a nice, calm family reunion in particular. You can also do that.
And you can not only do family reunions, you can also have your wedding at Our Point Resort. Also, there's a lot of family activities you can do. There's mountain biking, there is kayaking, and all these things you can do at Our Point Resort. And it's a must for every family during this August holiday. So the children are home, bring the entire family and have a vacation away from everything, the hustle and bustle of technology. Yeah,
and that's the thing. One thing, other thing that I like with Our Point, when I had this conversation with Gordon, and he's like, but I got Wi-Fi. But when we have Wi-Fi, there's internet connections. But why? If it's emergency, you do that. But you're there at a nature resort. It's time to put down the devices and say, what? Let me reconnect with me. Let me reconnect with my family. Some parts very therapeutic for persons who are going through a tough time. Just need some time to just
listen to the sound of nature.
Yeah.
Sit back.
But right now, Priscilla, let's talk about deals. How what's the cost? Let's talk about, first of all, talk about the corporate deals that we have for businesses who are thinking of giving their companies, they're giving their employees incentives, whether it be an employee of the month, employee of the quarter, employees of the year. What do we do for them for our point?
Well, we have group rates for companies who are planning retreats. Well, we've had a few already, and each of these companies were also given the group rates. You can call 231-7220 to find out more about the group rates, what it includes. It's an all-inclusive package, but just that we give you a better rate so that you can accommodate more people or more staff from your company to be able to come on this tour.
Great. And of course we can be able to do that. And for families?
Families, it's also arranged. If once you're doing overnight tours, I can guarantee you, our normal rate is $375 but once we start to generate the cost around the settings of your room, you get a much discounted rate. Lots of persons have seen that, because when I tell people $375 for a couple, they check it by every couple, but when I check it with our generated cost that we give, because of the amount of persons we have, it is usually a deducted cost, a discounted cost, and persons are very delighted and happy to know that we have an all-inclusive package of transportation by road and boat, meals, accommodation, and activities, all inclusive of our packages. All of our packages are all-inclusive.
Good.
So the more people, the less you pay.
Yes.
More the merrier.
Yes.
As I said, more the merrier. But thank you so much, Priscilla. And before we go, of course, other than Arrow Point Nature Resort, some other tours that persons can be able to tap into for this August vacation.
Well, they're the aerial tours. Don't forget aerial tours at 4,200 Guyana dollars.
What did you say? 4,200 Guyana dollars?
Yes.
For an aerial tour?
Yes, 4,200 Guyana dollars. And I know some persons would have gotten it a bit cheaper. If you come out in your large numbers of family and you have smaller kids, you get it at a much cheaper rate as well. We also offer kite tours. You have them at $145. You have the kite tours in Oranduke at $235. You have kite tour in Arrow Point as well. That is $275. And you have, of course, the Arrow Point overnights, which I mentioned is $375, and the day tours at $95. And of course, children from the ages of 4 to 10 years old is $65.
Good. Well, that's quite a lot for a person to be able to take in. But what it'll be buzzing right now is that I need a vacation. I need to get away with my family. I need to get away with my friends. I need to be able to, give my employee something to say, thank you for adding a value to and to your customers as well. I noted your companies who have as well buy our gift cards.
Yes, we have that a lot.
Yeah. So if you're missing any information, I'm going to bring. If you're missing any information, Priscilla, the numbers for them to call tomorrow.
They can call 231-7220 or 227-2212 or 227-2213. The numbers to call are 231-7220 or 227-2212.
Good. And of course, you can hit us up on our Facebook page. It's Arrow Point Nature Resort on our Facebook page, Arrow Point Nature Resort. Send us an inbox and we reply to you. And Colwyn is on ourselves. We're all on that. We'll be able to reply to you.
We'll reply in minutes.
In minutes.
Yes.
So not tonight though, because we're heading home shortly, and then tomorrow we'll be able to respond to you. But of course, we were talking about domestic travel. We'll be talking about international travel in the next segment. We want to let you know we'll be showing you a very special video because some persons already got their tickets to the North Sea Jazz Festival. Where's the North Sea Jazz Festival? We'll tell you all about it right after these messages.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. Been here before. Now here I am again. 'Cause tonight is the night that I'm feeling alright.
Comfort, elegance, words which epitomize the Roraima Residence Inn, a boutique hotel that offers free internet and complimentary continental breakfast. Arrow Point Nature Resort, nestled in our rainforest for that perfect day or overnight getaway, fun day, retreat, or wedding. Roraima Executive Lounge at our international airport offers complimentary snacks, beverages, and internet while you await your flight. Roraima Group, Guyana's only complete circle of travel and tourism services.
Nature Resort. Back to Nature Resort.
Roraima Airways introduces the newest addition to its fleet of planes, the Britten-Norman Trilander. Now you can fly in more comfort and enjoy the lowest fares. The aerial tour of Georgetown is just $20 and kite tour is now $145 per person. Roraima Airways has the lowest fares on tours all year round. Visit Roraima Tours, located at Duke Lodge, 94 to 95 Duke Street, Kingston, or call 231-7220 for bookings.
Yes, welcome back. You're watching the Roraima Hour, and of course with that video there as well, with Felice Robinson's voice in the background, a little put together by Colwyn today. But of course, we were talking about, if you just joined, we were talking about Arrow Point Nature Resort, and we want to be able to give you a little view of what it feels like to be welcomed to the resort. You're going to hear the voice of our very own Captain Gavaya, or Patriot, we will call him. But Colin will give us the intro to that. We'll go into that video. We'll come back to talk about international travel.
So if you've never visited Arrow Point before, here's a quick and very exciting little short clip to let you see how Arrow Point has you feeling and the feeling you get after entering Arrow Point.
When was the last time you did something different for the very first time? Well, I hope that if you haven't gone to Arrow Point Nature Resort or haven't visited Kiteshore, you better get on board and come with Roraima Airways, and let's take you there. And taking the slogan of our very own CEO, he says, if you want to be on top of the world, you need to climb Mount Everest. If you want to go around the world, you need to come with Roraima. So remember the numbers to call, 231-72204 for our domestic tours and travel. We talk about an aerial tour, we talk about Kiteshore, we talk about Arrow Point. We also talk about Kiteshore, Orange. If you want to do that, if you're in Guyana and you're thinking, what do I do other than just relax or visit the mall and just think, you need to be able to visit and understand Guyana's ecotourism. And really, when you're in Georgetown, Priscilla and Colwyn, it's not really Guyana. No. It is Guyana, but
yes,
to really understand, really to get a feel of where we came from and where we are and what is our product, is to really visit our rainforests and swim in our waters, or Coca-Cola waters. They
I don't know about you, but when I'm home, I swim in the waters a lot. Because I'm in Linden, I swim in the waters in Linden. So I don't know about you.
I've gone to Linden a lot of times, but I keep hearing about this blue water.
Okay, well, we'll take you to the Blue Lake.
Oh, the Blue Lake, they call it. Well, yes. Of course, that's all part of it. And we, it's all the things that we yet to enjoy in this country. But right now, there's a very important, before we talked about, Priscilla was asking, where's the North Sea Jazz Festival? The North Sea Jazz Festival is in a very beautiful island. I've traveled to that island. I really love it. And before we get into international travel, I would like to take you to this particular clip. Coming from the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Curacao, and then we'll be able to talk right now about giving you a little more appetizers to being able to have some international travel and why it is important to come with Roraima Airways. So let's go to this clip for the North Sea Jazz Festival. It's the trailer or the promo for that event happening in September. So we go to that clip, we come back, we'll be talking about international travel. Don't go away. Oh yeah, that's the one. Of course, I love the beat, the jazz beat. Yeah, the North Sea Jazz Festival happening in Curacao. And Priscilla, all excited, Colwyn asking, how do we get tickets? Well, of course, we're going to be talking now about international travel. And Roraima Airways, part of our conglomerate of service, it's an international, Roraima International Travel Agency. It's an IATA accredited travel agency. And of course, any person booking with us feels comfortable and can be assured that their ticket and their connections are secured, because of course we are accredited travel agency. Now, we talked about Curacao, and of course Roraima Airways is also, because of our ground handling service and our ticketing agency that we have, part of the Roraima synergy of service. We are the ground handlers and ticketing agents of Insulair, and the ABC Islands, and it's a very, very efficient and very cost-effective flag carrier. So we are now going to be talking about how can you get to Curacao. And we're going to bring in Colwyn and Priscilla, and we're going to be discussing about the things that we would like to see happen in our life. But of course, you're on the outside and you're saying, how do I get to Curacao? And the number to call is ours 225-9648. 225-9648. You can interact with Jillian or the other travel agency. But other than Curacao deal, persons heading to that North Sea Jazz Festival in September, we're going to be talking now about some other deals that Insulair has, and we're going to take it to Colwyn.
Also, we have flights to Manaus. The Roraima International Travel Agency is offering flights to Manaus. It's really affordable. You can contact our department, our travel agency on 225-9648, and they'll give you some information about that. I know Dylan has a ton of information on that.
Yes, of course. So we have Manaus. That's one of two new destinations opened by Insulair. We have Bovista And let me tell you something, the cost for Bovista is just 200, the starting is 200 US dollars return to Bovista. So I know a lot of persons are planning to head back to Brazil. You know, they have family lineage there and they want to be able to go. Maybe you want to visit for the first time, you want to visit somewhere different. Of course, you can head to Bovista, and it feels very fancy, very nice to go
Again,
there.
you can contact the Roraima International Travel Agency for all those exciting deals and everything. You can contact again Roraima International Travel Agency. The number is 225-9648.
Yes, and our dynamic international areas as well. So there are other deals that that you can be able to get at Roraima, but we've talked a little about persons. I know, Priscilla, we were expanding. We were talking about bringing persons from who would come from New York. They go, they have the blue waters and we call white sand. That's what they look for. But they come also to Guyana and they enjoy Guyana's ecotourism and what we have to offer. Bird watching.
Bird watching is one in particular. Our meandering creeks. I can go on and on about that, but tourists really enjoy something different than what they're accustomed to, which is the blue water and the white sand and all. We have that too, but our water is much more sweeter, you know. They feel really soothing, and sometimes they want to stay at our point for weeks. Like, I have a guest calling every day to find out, can I stay a week or two at our point? I said, of course you can. You just tell me when you want to go and I will give you the cost for everything that you want to do. So sometimes people just want to get away from everything that is going on in town. You can do bird watching, you can do mountain biking, you can do kayaking, you can do Wabani expedition, you can even do fishing. And I can tell you, the fishes at our point are really sweet. I am not a lover of fish, but you see, when we catch these fishes and prepare them, spectacular.
Yeah, so we talked about travel. It said when you come to Roraima, we can be able to hook you up with anywhere you want to go. And the number is 225-9648. Also, we're inviting you to like us on Facebook. It's Roraima Airways, it's Roraima Group of Companies, Our Point Nature Resort. Like the Facebook page and be able to keep you updated on all the things you can be able to have there. But let me tell you, the skies is the limit when it comes to travel, and people can travel very cost effective. I know sometimes you say to persons, some persons have never left to Guyana, some persons have never been to Arrow Point, they've never been to Kaieteur, and they say, oh, it's too expensive. But the Roraima Airways right now has one of the lowest costs to Kaieteur, which is just $145 US or $30,000. So you need to hook us up, call us on 231-7220, and we can be able to let you have all the deals necessary. But right now we're going to be able to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be able to wrap things up on the Roraima Hour, but we'll let you know that we've accomplished much in the first half of 2016. And let me give you a recap of some of the things that I hope we have our technical guy ready to go. In the month of January, we were able to, Roraima Airways became an approved maintenance organization, which means that Roraima not only has the capacity to maintain their own aircraft, but also to do the same for other aircraft operators in Guyana and those who will come to our shores. Also in the month of January, Roraima launched its Roraima Juke Lodge Wedding Expo 2016 under the theme Magnificent Beginnings. Also in the month of January, Roraima held its first wing commission ceremony, and we're going to give you some update in the next program of what that meant if you would have missed it in the media. In the month of February, Roraima Airways announced Mona Lisa Sami and Stephen Posad as the Race to the Altar Wedding Expo 2016 winners. And in the month of April, on the 2nd of April, they were wed at the Roraima Juke Lodge, and also we had a Wedding Expo 2016, which was very, very successful. Thanks to all the persons who would have participated, our sponsors, those persons who would have walked in the gate and really had a really good time. I know there's some persons, Priscilla, who got married. We got some follow-up. Some had their wedding at Juke Lodge or elsewhere, but they were able to get the information to be successful. In the month of May, we had the actress CCH partner who visit Arrow Point Nature Resort in our Jubilee celebration. And finally, in the month of June, we had Roraima Airways honors the bravery of the Valiant 7, who were able to put out the fire, extinguish the fire at the Roraima flight operations there at the Eugene F. Correa International Airport. and also Roraima receives, the Arrow Point Nature Resort receives rather, the Resort of the Year from the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana. So we got some things in there, and of course for the rest of the year, we have coming up in the month of October, we have our children's Halloween party. I hope that you get yourself prepared, to be scared. Last year we had a very good time. But we come back and we'll wrap up things here on the Roraima Hour. We want to thank you so much for being with us. Still stay with us. We got more to come as we give our wrap. We'll tell you how we can get some more deals and be able to win a few things on behalf of Roraima on our Facebook page. So stay with us. We have a commercial break right now.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. Been here before. Now here I am again. 'Cause tonight is the night that I'm feeling alright.
Comfort, elegance, words which epitomize the Roraima Residence Inn, a boutique hotel that offers free internet and complimentary continental breakfast. Arrow Point Nature Resort, nestled in our rainforest for that perfect day or overnight getaway, fun day, retreat, or wedding. Roraima Executive Lounge at our international airport offers complimentary snacks, beverages, and internet while you await your flight. Roraima Group, Guyana's only complete circle of travel and tourism services.
Nature Resort. Back to Nature Resort.
Roraima Airways introduces the newest addition to its fleet of planes, the Britten-Norman Trilander. Now you can fly in more comfort and enjoy the lowest fares. The aerial tour of Georgetown is just $20 and kite tour is now $145 per person. Roraima Airways has the lowest fares on tours all year round. Visit Roraima Tours, located at Duke Lodge, 94 to 95 Duke Street, Kingston, or call 231-7220 for bookings.
Packaging. And we're back here at the Roraima Hour. We're almost time to leave you tonight. It's almost that time where we have to wrap up our show. But before we go, we have another great deal to offer you guys out there. If you're a corporate company and you want to celebrate something, whether it's a birthday party or if you're just looking to have an event, we have packages available for you. You can rent our halls, our banquet hall there at the Roraima Duke Lodge. You can come into us. You can call 231-7220 and we'll set something up that's really special and just for you. Remember to call us. The number is 231-7220 if you want to have a seminar, a wedding, anything you want to host at Roraima Duke Lodge, we can accommodate you. Right, Dylan?
Yes, of course. So you need to call us and let us be able to hook you up on those events that you want. And also we tailor packages. Nadine Moore, our events and sales manager, as you interact with her, can tailor some packages to you if you have a budget. Yes. And I know a lot of persons, Priscilla, that will come, whether it be tours, and so they say, I have a budget, this is my budget, I can't, expand on it. Well, we'll be able to tailor those packages for you if you have an event, as Colwyn would have mentioned. Any event, whether it be a conference, a seminar, or so on, you need to choose Roraima Duke Lodge. But it's time for us to wrap things up.
Yes.
We want to thank you so much for watching the July edition of the Roraima Hour. Next month we're going to come back with you as we head closer to our Halloween, our children Halloween party, and of course it happened last year, every year. And
I'm really interested to see what the dress is like this year.
Last year was dressed as Kung Fu Panda.
I saw it last year.
I like that one. But thank you so much. I'm Dylan Murray.
Priscilla Ramcharan.
And my name is Claude Abrams. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of the night.